God, I must have watched this video like 100 times. Bear comes over the fence, black bear, and approaches the patio, and then sees the cat. All animals have this reluctant respect for the cat. Here the bear already realizes he's in trouble. He bows his head, but it's not enough. Unprovoked, the cat lunges. And the cat, like most of us, isn't looking for beef, but once engaged, it's like something else takes over. The cat lunges at the bear. The bear swiftly dodges, as he already knew it was coming. In mid-air, the cat repositions itself. But again, the bear saw it coming. He repositions and lunges for the cat, and suddenly the cat realizes doesn't have a backup plan. Bear tramples it for a moment, but is too large and clumsy, and although the cat gets trampled, quickly regains the upper hand and chases the bear off. Bear swiftly jumps over the fence, and the cat, drunk with victory, follows all the way to the fence. And next I want to apologize about my poor editing. Sometimes I cut the end of my words off. I guess it's official. Most of you know that I adopted the cats that were born on the river and their mother. And today we're going to look at something you've probably never seen. I thank you for being here this week. God bless. I love you all and welcome. Welcome. Okay, so this is a book. You can see the cover here. Sometimes these are like magazines, but nonetheless, the year is 1729. 1729. What are they discussing in this fine year? I think this says Poland, Poland, and today I don't care. Soon it will be winter, and a part of me will die. Another part will enjoy what winter has to offer. What about these people? Did they prepare for winter? There's really nothing to do in this city. Everything is perfect. Perfect buildings, wall, little towns, and trees. Just perfectly manicured. Little Poland, Cracovie. Here we see a seed at the castle. And what's going on here in 1729? What a weird scene. Pretty advanced architecture, but it clearly looks like takeover. Here another town. Looks like men are fishing. Big and beautiful city of Varsovie in Poland. And it is. Beautiful city. A star fort right here. Spires everywhere. And some more of the city. Giant buildings with little huts built right up to the side of them, just like we see today in third world countries. And here again, just a weird bunch of houses in the star fort, just looking like a little city. And most star forts, we're told, have military functions. At least that's why we're told they were built. And here we see cathedrals in here, what looks like housing. 1700. Here's another town built in a star fort. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cathedrals. 6. Why so many cathedrals? Pretty unbelievable little city in this star fort in the 1700s. Just the star fort itself is mind-blowing. This wall, all of them. Thorin, the city of Thorin. Another little cathedral just stuffed in this corner, really lending to the idea that the star fort came first and had another purpose, and these buildings have come after. But still, it leaves a lot to question. Again, a star fort city. I mean, they're all star fort cities. Here we can get a feel, thanks to the artist, of this walled city, packed with spires and cathedrals. Elbing is the name of the city. So this totally throws out the fort idea, the military idea. Here is Moscow, Muscovy. Giant circular walled city. A man wearing what looks like pajamas. The symbol of Tartary up here. And his sweet pointy hat. 2 cornucopias. Here again, Moscow. The Trinity of Jerusalem. The Church of Moscow. And this all looks pretty depressing. Really interesting, like a little court, little makeshift place to perform some kind of rite. Here are some characters. Ecclesiastic, Muscovites. And here look like some old world characters. And here as well, another people, completely. Being taken over by what seems like these people. I could be wrong. Indeed, I could be wrong. But are these the builders of these magnificent cities? Look at this hall. I don't think so. But again, these people are pretty hip. I mean, what would you wear? What would you imagine people wearing that could build cities? Pajamas? They do all have what seem like nice boots with heels. Everything is nice. This might be their preferred attire. Fine threads, yet very leisurely. This is pretty fine. This might be finer than a suit of today. Also having kind of a Chinese feel, and I always say how the Chinese took over, whether by force or inheritance. Here we can see everyone eating at a large table, seeming pretty pleasant, but this also seems very socialist. I mean, I'd prefer to eat at home. Here they're bathing a baby in a wooden tub, and another tub back here with another baby. This is really unusual because these all look like men. Men bathing babies. So these cities and these strange people. Here a town called Torsok out of Moscow. Really seeming leisure. Nothing to do, no building. Just looks like a nice time. I mean, already in the 1700s, everything is complete. Beautiful cities. Here it says Archangel. This lady looks like she's out of Mortal Kombat, ready to kick some ass. And again the Kremlin, and just this weirdness. This looks really depressing. I don't care who you are, where you are, in what time period. This is not where you want to be for the day. What is going on here? All men, what are they doing back here? It doesn't look good. And yet we have this glorious city and wall. Everything one would need, and then we're kind of rounding people up, lining them up. Never a good thing to be lined up. And no doubt, this is a reset. A glorious city, abandoned, and then people moving in, taking over, erecting tents and building small huts. 1700. Let's take a pause. Next, I want to look at this Wallace Monument. This thing is one of the coolest, beyond anything that is architecturally necessary. If you knock this stuff off the top, you really just have a square castle-y looking building turret. And yet this thing is so much more. Probably just the top of the building, and really going back to the early depictions we were just looking at from the 1700s. This is an element, a feature from that world, from this star fort wall castle-y looking world. Really looks like an antenna. Otherwise it's a little overkill for just a design feature. And today just a monument. The Wallace Monument. Unbelievable. What could they say? Look at this thing. Here it is. The Wallace National Monument in a little patch of trees in Scotland. Looks like they started building it in 1851. This man, Giuseppe, an Italian, and the architect, John Thomas Rockhead. There we go, Mr. Rockhead building this. Way up here, you can see that it's built way up in the mountains on one of the highest points. And just a beautiful place to sit and have tea. This is a collection of photos in New York City. It showcases the work of this man named Bob from 1849 to 1919. Okay, so this is a good time period. New York. Now before we were looking at Poland and Moscow. And how about here? 1882, fully built out. Bricks in the street, railroad lines, very few people. Really fascinating hydrant here. Here we have the corner of the tombs, the Hall of Justice, and the House of Detention. Coyotes are howling, and my cat is out as usual. Look at this thing, having a little bit of an Egyptian flair. How about these characters wearing the pirate hat today? Yes, I like the pirate hat. This guy and this guy up here went behind the fence, and we can see there's a bunch of rubble back here. The door's all busted up. An ale house, beer, and once again, the streets of brick, the rail lines on both streets. Even this small street has a rail line through it. Manhole covers indicating underground infrastructure. 1882 to 1902, somewhere in that time period. Here's that same building, a different vantage point. Unbelievable here. Look at this. Every square inch built out. Look at this walkway up here. Enclosed, this metalwork, and the people. Horse and wagon, so clueless seeming. Shocked to see someone with a camera. These people are on bicycle today. Boards on all the windows, or they may have been painted. And again, the Egyptian feel. I mean, this is way overkill for these people. One of these men is selling something here. Let's take note of his beautiful stand made of wood. He might be selling newspapers. It's got to be this guy right here. Here we go. How long does it take for ivy cover a building like this? Some of you might let me know. The year, 1882 to 1919. Totally lost control of the growth here. I like it, but it's out of control. Looks like they've fudged this picture, hiding the tech, propping out the sky. Is the city brand new, as we would be told? This rubble in the street, brick, looks like perfect inheritance. Just beginning. Guy seems to be on his cell phone. And what does it say here? Looks like something written up here. Look at this housing. Early New York City. 2 unidentified buildings. Undated. Still in this time period. Unidentified. Just an absolute mess. Perfect at one time and just totally run down. How long has this been sitting like this? Looking so old in the oldest photos we have. What kind of light is this? Old brick streets. I mean, so old. And it's really no different here than the old drawings we were just looking at. I think it's the same scenario. New people, old city. Here you can buy stuff for your horse and wagon, some tobacco, and down here some coal, like a hardware store as well. Bolts, rivets, nuts, washers, and just exquisite everything. Overkill. Look at these doors compared to the people. Twice the size of the people. Twice. Again, this strange light. Here we go. We see a cat. Beautiful ironwork right here. Really intricate. And just a mess. Many well-off people. And some looking down and out. And these buildings. Come on. Look at this thing. Look at the tech up here. This thing almost whited out. Look at the antennas. At least 30-foot antennas right here. Look at the intricacy of this building and how old it looks. And how un-American. Looking like something in India. Pretty unbelievable scene here. Again, every window has been covered with what look like posters. And this awning with this gazebo on top. Like there should be a restaurant or something down here. God, this is so good. Here we see City Hall in Portland, Maine. So I guess these are all over the place. Okay, what do we see in Portland, Maine? The same damn thing. Rail lines, brick streets, abandoned looking. I mean, here you can really see how something just covered these streets with mud. And it's only been removed. It hasn't even been cleaned. Only removed at this point. A man, quite possibly the photographer himself. Look at this. A few cheap awnings on this side. None over here. It just doesn't look like a city hall. Not yet. No signage, no indication. It looks more like a hotel. Not a city hall. Here's New York, rail line, excavation. So in this time period, let's see what they're doing. Looks like solid rock here, and I'm not sure what they're doing, but here we can see the city in the background. Look at these intricate spires. Beautiful cathedral back there. Massive brick buildings. Some totally abandoned train hub here, right on the train tracks. Looking like it was beautiful at one point. Now it's filled with rubble. So they've demolished a building behind it, and the rubble has just collapsed into this building. And look at this, just poking out everywhere. Beauty and soon to be junk taking over. Well, at this moment I could just keep going, but I think it's a good place to end. I thank you for joining me today. I love you all. God bless, and I'll see you in the next one.